Okay, so the Sixers played against the Spurs last night, and let's talk about it. All right, so I'm uh I'm gonna come off the game and talk about the negatives first. I'm gonna be that dude. I'm gonna talk about the things I've seen wrong first, and then we'll get into the positives and lighten it up towards the end. All right, so the first thing that I seen, well, it's not the first thing that I seen, but this is still a big problem with this team is the fourth quarter performance on offense and on defense. We allowed 43 points tonight against the Spurs, and I believe against the Pacers the other night it was 46 points. So we got outscored tonight 43-33 in the fourth quarter, and it's unacceptable. If you're going to be giving up 40 plus points every fourth quarter, you better be about 25 going into the fourth because you can't win with that. We won tonight, but it was lucky, but we won tonight. Let's just say that. But 43 points in the fourth quarter is unacceptable. All right. So second, um, throughout the game, I seen lineups that Brett Brown was throwing out there, and it just didn't make sense to me. Like, I didn't understand why it was certain people on the floor together. It was just a bunch of like not sure on offense and no defense people out there. So what I'm saying is, he had Raul Neto out there. Raul Neto, he gives effort on defense. I will give him that. It's just that he's small. He's smaller than everybody out there. But you had Raul Neto out there at one point in time with Furkan, Matisse, Tobias, and Al Horford. Now, like the Matisse, Tobias, and Al Horford part, that's fine. But I don't want your one and two to be Raul Neto and Furkan. To me, that's just too like, all right, well, what are you doing there? That's Raul Neto and Furkan out there with Matisse, Tobias, and Al Horford. You need to throw in, if you're going to have Raul in, you're going to need to throw in Josh Richardson or Alec Burks right there. Or if you want to keep Furkan in, you're going to need to throw Alec Burks in, Josh Richardson, Shake Milton, someone else besides Raul Neto and Furkan at the same time with Matisse, Tobias, and Al Horford. So I just didn't really like certain lineups I seen. Um, Again with this game, Ben came out just looking flat, doesn't look engaged, doesn't honestly look like he wants to be playing in these regular season games. He just doesn't look engaged. Stupid fouls. He fouled out the game. He had 6 fouls. He fouled out. Just dumb fouls and just terrible mistakes. Not aggressive on the offensive end and just just dumb fouls on the defensive end. He just doesn't look locked into the game. Um, what else I seen that I just really didn't like? Well, I mean, I think Raul I think he only played 11 minutes this game. It's just I don't understand. So it's only been 2 games, but I feel like I've seen him a lot in these 2 games. I think in these 2 games he's had what like 31 minutes, 30 no, yeah, around like 31 minutes in like these 2 games probably. And I just feel like I don't want to see Raul Neto that much. I don't like is Brett Brown trying to show us or something that he's gonna be playing him in the playoffs. I don't want to see Raul Neto in the playoffs. I'm sorry, I don't. He goes out there and he does nothing. I'm gonna be honest. Tonight he had a bad turnover, and he made it up for that by 2 nice layups. That's the first time I've ever seen him attack and put his head down. And I think it was something that clicked in his head. He was like, all right, that was a terrible turnover. And when I come out here, I don't do nothing. So I think he got frustrated with himself, and that's why he attacked like that. But he did have 2 nice layups in the fourth after a turnover. But I don't. Raul Neto, I don't want. I'm gonna be honest. There's 2 people I don't want to really see in the playoffs get more than 10 to 13 minutes, and that's Raul and Furkan. I think Furkan had. Hmm. Honestly, I don't know how many minutes Furkan had tonight. I think it was like 21, and he only had 12 points. Like I feel like that's too much time for Furkan to be getting for him to only have 12 points. I need Furkan to be out there for a 15-minute off the bench spark to get some threes. And then in those 15 minutes, if he's not doing good or he gets you the 12 points, I think that's all I want to see from Furkan because the 21 minutes he's out there, he's not scoring, he's giving up points on the defensive end because he's a terrible defender. Terrible. Like, honestly, Raul Neto is, I don't know how much smaller, but he's a way better defender. That's how bad a defender Furkan is. So it's just Raul and Furkan in the playoffs, I don't want to see them with 20 minutes. I don't want to see them with more than 15. Yeah, that's really it, I think, on the negatives. You know, we were just outscored in the fourth quarter. Turnovers and just things of that nature. So, yeah, I think that's really it for the negatives. It wasn't that bad of a game. I mean, we only won by 2 points, but I'm going to just leave the negatives alone. Let's focus on the positive end. So, Joel, he's been great these first 2 games, and I'm seeing improvement in this game. And what that improvement is his passing. Before, when Joel got hit with a double team, it was a turnover or a terrible shot every time. He's getting way better with passing out of the post, out of the double team. Way better job. So Joel Embiid is locked in. He looks good, and I feel like he's improving. Second, another person, Tobias. He is giving you straight buckets. He had 25 tonight, and I think the other night he had 30. He's just looking way more comfortable scoring, and he's more aggressive. And honestly, he's just, you give him the ball, and I believe he's going to get a bucket. Like, that's how I feel about him right now. He's playing out of his mind. Al Horford, he had a solid game tonight. I'm not going to say he had a great game, a good game. He had a solid game. He wasn't minus 26 like he was the night before. He was a plus 17. He had like 9 points, 6 rebounds, something like that. So he was solid. He wasn't a dumpster fire out there. Josh Richardson, a good bounce back game. Him and Sheik. Josh, I believe, had 18, 19 points. So he had a good bounce back game. I can't remember how many points he had in the Pacers game, but it wasn't nowhere near 19. He was just out there, just being there. So he had a good bounce back game, just like Sheik. Sheik gave you 15. And you already know, Sheik hit the game winner. Good shot by him, clutch shot. So yeah, Sheik and Josh Richardson bounced back. And then we had a good 3-point shooting night. This team always, it's some nights where we have really good 3-point shooting nights, and then, you know, it's the nights when we're back down to earth, normal. But we had a great 3-point shooting tonight. I think we shot 45% from the 3. So that's going to get the job done. It's definitely good. Another thing I've seen from this game that we did better than the first game is obviously the turnovers. I don't remember how much we ended with turnovers in the Pacers game. I know it was more than like 21, so that's terrible. We ended tonight's game with only 13. We can still do better, but that's definitely an improvement from game 1 to game 2. So the turnovers is better. We shot exceptionally well from the 3. And I just like what I'm seeing out of Joel and Tobias. I'm starting to like, Tobias has always been, when you look at the point averages, he's always been the second option as far as point averages, but I don't believe he was ever really your second option, you know what I'm saying? He just looks more like that Robin to Joel's Batman. When Joel's not going, I feel like I'm way more comfortable giving the ball to Tobias, and I think he's going to do good things with it. And I really feel like as far as the offensive end, it should really be during the playoffs and just rest of these games, it should be Joel feasting like he's been, And then they need to start getting the ball to Tobias more. I believe so. He's been really efficient, and I feel like he really needs to be our second scorer. I believe he can actually average these 25 points. He's averaging around 20, but I believe Tobias can average 25 points. 30 the first game, 25 tonight. I believe he can stay around this range for the rest of these games. And then, of course, Ben is always going to be your third leading scorer, but I really think that's where he belongs. Ben, I just believe Tobias should be that second scorer. When Joel isn't getting it done, give it to Tobias. And then, of course, if he's not getting it done, give it to Ben. But I just like what I'm seeing out of Joel, Tobias. Not so much from Ben these first few games. I don't think it's just anything to do with his game. Like, oh, Ben he can't play defense no more, attack the rim. It just looks like he just doesn't honestly want to play these games. I'm not saying that's an excuse because it's not, but he just doesn't look locked in. And Ben is always going to give you effort, so I'm not worried about that right now when it comes to being locked in and giving you effort because it's going to come back to him. That's his game. So that's really it. That's all I got for y'all right now. We won tonight. Game 1 and 3 from Shake Milton. Good shot. And that's it. If you got anything to say, drop a comment. Leave a like, subscribe, share, do whatever you want. But definitely comment if you disagree with me anything or agree or just anything you want to say. All right.